Going on YouTube? Big
We
Ryan.
live?
I think we're live. No, maybe not yet. Now we're live. What's going on YouTube? Big Ryan the Fat Guy. We've got the Falcons kicking off to the Broncos.
Oh, here we go. Brendan Langley. I don't know who that is. All right, let's take a look. Langley. Brendan Langley, number 12, 6 foot, 199-pound cornerback for the Denver Broncos. And it is his third year as a pro, getting paid minimum. Third round pick, 2017, 101st overall.
I'm going to pull up the
What's
teams.
that?
I'm going to pull up the teams for both sides.
Yeah, I did that.
For the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Bad drop from Winfrey. You got the audio coming in for you, okay?
Yeah, I'm going to turn it up a little bit. How do you tell who's watching?
I'm not sure if you can on YouTube.
No, there's a guy, I just did a... Alright, we're getting our bearings here. Here we go. So I did a little research on all the rookies. That guy, Juwan Winfrey, that just made a bad drop. He is a 6th-round rookie out of Colorado. He tore his ACL throughout his collegiate career. He spent 1 year in Maryland. Then he spent 2 years in JUCO and then 2 years in Colorado. He was a teammate of Philip Lindsay. I watched his tape. It was not impressive. I mean, it could be wrong because we're just watching highlights. But there's so little information on some of these guys, and him being one of them. So I want to get a good look at him, and obviously that's a bad start. He looked like he had reasonable hands he could catch in traffic, but he didn't have speed or separation skills. He only got 2 touchdowns in his senior year and 2 touchdowns the year before. So this isn't exactly a guy to watch out for, I don't think. But there is in the Broncos defense who I want to see. I want to see if he's playing. His name's Draymond Jones. He is... Give me a little volume. Yeah, Draymond Jones, number 93. I want to see if when he gets on the field. He's a 3rd-round pick for the Broncos, so it'll be kind of interesting to see when he takes it. He's on defense. He's a interior specialist. I don't see him out there. That is an awesome play by 21. Su'a Cravens. Su'a Cravens is mentally nuts. Like, he used to play for the Redskins. He said that he had to wear glasses for the rest of his life because of concussions. He briefly retired and came back. I don't see him wearing glasses now, but that was an awesome play regardless. So weird to see Matt Shaw play a game. Looks like that player's lined up offside, 46. Yeah, and he's going to get flagged for it.
Shaw was way off there too.
Yeah, 46. There you go, offside. It's Tony Brooks James. Or Jeff Holland, rather. Sorry. I just read out the Atlanta player. Stagnant offenses. I'm not surprised here. Oh, there's another flag. Declined, yeah. 4th down. That's a little disappointing. I would have expected they would have started first rounder Chris Lindstrom, unless he was playing right guard, but I believe he was supposed to start at left. So I don't know why they haven't started that first round. The other first rounder for Atlanta, they got on the offensive line, Caleb McGarry. He had a heart operation. He'll be out 2 to 6 weeks, which could include the regular season. I would bet that it does. So there's a reason for him not to play. But Chris Lindstrom, the guard they selected 14th overall, I would imagine that you'd want to give him some reps, but apparently not. We'll see as the game goes forward, though.
Good return from McKnight. Who's McKnight?
Yeah.
I didn't catch his number.
Me neither. Let's take a look at the old database. Calvin McKnight, number 16. He's only 5'8", 186. That's kind of bulky for 5'8". He's a first-year player, undrafted free agent. So, it's gonna be tough to keep an eye on all those people. That's a good question. I really don't have a thought one way or another. There's no home team. I like my gut would say, which is pretty big. It's a pretty big gut. I'm gonna have to go with Denver just because I think Denver has the defensive depth, and you kind of give all those like fringe players a go, and I feel like Denver has better fringe players, even though we could all agree Atlanta's a better team. So in this setting, I like Denver.
When I checked earlier, Denver was -3 coming into this.
Yeah, so that doesn't surprise me. So like when I combed through the Denver's roster last evening, it just felt like there's a lot of like they weren't great in any. Well, they weren't great overall, but they were consistent in some areas. So they have depth. It's a strong name, Marcus Springfield. That sounds like a famous person's name.
Isn't there a Springfield in every single state? That's why the Simpsons named it Springfield.
I would find that extremely hard to believe, especially a place like Rhode Island, but I mean I could be wrong.
Even the Vatican has a Springfield.
Does it? Vatican City has a Springfield? You learn.
Don't quote me.
You learn. I like how Ed Reed still looked like a homeless person when they were making his Hall of Fame bus. The guy's hair was ridiculous. Ed Reed, one of the best players ever, looks like a pook. Like someone who's on that someone who's on the ice, as Dog the Bounty Hunter would say. Oh, right, Curtis Martin. Oh, Curtis Martin got in the Hall of Fame?
Did he?
Oh, that's great.
That's well deserved.
That is. So many yards. So many. Play action here.
Who's playing quarterback right now?
Yeah, Kevin Hogan's playing quarterback.
Really?
We know who he is.
Nice.
So that was Noah Fant. That's a first-round pick for the Broncos. He just made that drop. Now, interesting to note, Noah Fant dropped 11 of 80 passes over the last 2 years at Iowa. So he obviously had drop issues, and here they've reared their head. 54 was with him stride for stride, but that looked like an unathletic endeavor. No offense, interesting, because he's just shy of 250, 6'4", but he ran a sub 4.5, so, or I believe 4.5 on the nose. So kind of an interesting prospect. And he used to be teammates with George Kittle and earlier first-round pick T.J. Hawkinson. So Iowa's a bit of a factory for tight ends, it seems. Now that's Gaddafi Muhammad, I think, or Khalifi. I just wanted to say Gaddafi Muhammad. I'm looking up 33. Yeah. Oh, Kalfani Muhammad. I wanted to say Gaddafi. He's listed at 5'7", 174. This is a pretty good indicator that you're probably not going to make the team. I'm sorry. It's his second year pro. He was a 7th round pick.
I think he's the lightest player in the league.
Yeah, he's been running. He ran between the tackles on 2 drives. What's that? 174. Yeah.
Fant with a catch.
Fant got a catch. It did list on his scouting report that he did some double catching, and that kind of looked like it to me. I'm gonna get a better shot at this. He should be getting open at will though right now, because I mean, that didn't look like a strong catch. He used his helmet to corral it, kind of. I don't know. I don't know about tight ends in the first round. And they're really trying to put him out there, I guess. They just put 39 in motion. I don't know who 39 is. Going to have to take a look here. Nice. That was Brown, number 19, Fred Brown. Fred Brown, it's his second year. He was a UDFA for, I believe, San Francisco. Don't quote me on that, but I did go through it last night, and it's a lot of details to remember. But it's his second year in the league, but he was a out-of-the-league practice squatter. He was brought in for preseason last year. He should be competing with 6th-round pick Juwan Winfrey. Similar size, 6'1", 195. Juwan Winfrey's a bit bulkier, around 210. This is a nice run by, 46? Number 46 is Tony Brooks-James. UDFA from... They said Western Georgia on the broadcast, but we have it down here as Oregon, so I'm going to have to Big Rye might have to fact check here. So, Tony Brooks-James.
Okay.
Update our little database.
Got it on Oregon here, but let me keep looking.
Yeah, it is Oregon. I don't know why we doubted our database and went with the musical stylings of Al Michaels, but he was wrong and we weren't, as I would have imagined. Well, at least we looked. This was another thing I noticed too, and I was pretty happy. Dalton Risner is a guard that's, I think is going to be a strong player for the Broncos. And in addition to adding a nice guard in the second round, the Broncos added Mike Munchak at offensive line. Now, I think the Broncos' offense is more or less going to be trash, but if you add in something like that, it's hard to explain how big of a deal that can make someone like Munchak. I kind of always felt like Munchak and Tom Cable were the bosses of offensive line. Cable's had some mixed results, but Cable's coaching tree is actually pretty impressive, including Chris Morgan, offensive line coach of the Atlanta Falcons. Oh, nice batted pass. Who is that? 48. So we're going to take out 48. Durant Miles. So he's an edge player, 6'5", 261 out of Boise State. UDFA, getting paid the minimum. There's a flag here, really late. I didn't hear it. It was pretty quiet.
You want the game audio up?
Yeah, please.
There's actually a thing on the back here. You can turn off the audio.
It's nice. Risner's out there too, so they have their first and second round picks playing. So this is nice for Denver. They're going to get a good look, and this is a nice drive, to be honest. That's a touchdown right there.
Gaddafi?
Yeah. Gaddafi Muhammad. You know what's interesting? For such a light guy, they've run him in between the tackles. It's like kind of like A gap counters and B gap counters. Oh, Don Barclay, nice. Don Barclay used to be a Packer. He made the lead block on this. Just playing at right guard. Yeah, and nice. They're playing Dalton Risner, the second round pick. They're playing him at left guard. This is when I was looking through the players. That was a guy I liked. He didn't have great athletic measurables, but everything else seemed to be in place. And Dalton Risner, he only gave up 1.4% of 1.4% of the snaps that he was involved that he played in pass blocking. I don't know why I say involved in. So 1.4% of his pass blocking snaps he gave up a pressure. That was lowest in his conference. That's really, really low. I kind of liked him. I mean, there were some things about his measurables, but that seems to matter less. He had a strong wonder leg too. I don't know why that matters to me, but kind of when you're playing offensive line, I think it's more of a thinking position than anything. So, well, it can be. Obviously, you have to be a massive person, but it helps. Oh, he also started 50 games in college, which is kind of a big deal. And he's 315 pounds. I'm going off a lot on a second-round pick. Oh, and not only that, he played every position in college. Center in his rookie season, his freshman year, and then he played at right tackle for mostly the remainder. But this is a guy that he's going to be able to play everywhere on the offensive line. I think it's just a solid pick by the Broncos. I mean, I could be wrong, of course, but we have to make predictions based on the information that's available. And the information available is that Dalton Risner is going to be a strong prospect. Yeah, it's a bit of a lull here with the commercials. So I'm curious to see now if they switch it up and they add even more depth positions, or depth players rather. So. Maybe that player from Oregon that we checked, he was born in West Georgia. I don't usually let colleges, anyways. Yeah, they're commenting how Aaron Rodgers played hurt last year. I think everyone knew that. Whoa! Big hit from 34 and 35 from the Broncos. So that was Will Parks.
There's Lindstrom. He's in the game now.
Oh, nice. Chris Lindstrom's in the game. This is what I was talking about. First round pick for the Atlanta Falcons. Well, the 14th overall, their first pick. They have 2 first round picks, but this was their first one. So I want to see with how he plays. Oh, and there we go. Another
right guard right now.
He's playing right guard. Another guess we made was Wes Schweitzer was going to play left guard, and it looks like that's happening too. This is interesting. Great job. Broncos D, 59. Malik Reed. Yeah, but he was. Chris Lidstrom got a pancake, but it was against a guy with a 40s number. That's not going to blow me away. Yeah, he just kind of got beat. This play was
a good tackle.
Abysmal. Broncos D looks formidable right now.
Horace Richardson.
Yeah, Horace. What a cool name. Wow, that was a nice read by Horace Richardson because he abandoned his. Wow, he just blew by a tight end to make it. That's a good tackle. It was kind of a go for broke one though. Wow.
Ooh. Almost made a play on the ball. Devontae Bosby, undrafted free agent.
It's a nice one on Justin Hardy, who's been in the league for quite some time as a wide receiver. Oh, he did drop it. He did drop it. Yeah. This has been a strong showing from the Broncos defense, but as I mentioned earlier in our broadcast, that I don't know, I just feel they're kind of deep on the defense. I mean, we'll see as the game goes on. We're only in the first quarter, so anything can happen in these games. Football in general, but especially the preseason games. That was a brutal punt, and it was muffed. Number 12, that was really bad. Yeah, that was Brendan Langley. Ugh, that was a brutal play.
He's a third-round pick from 2017.
Yeah, we brought him up earlier. Yeah, that was. Oh, John Kaminsky. He's a fourth-round pick rookie for the Atlanta Falcons. John Kaminsky used to be a quarterback in in high school. Then he gained 70 pounds while he was in college.
No way.
Yeah, yeah, and he's really smart. He's a very like a hungry type player. He has a very, very limited. I mean, he's played, but like he's not natural to the position. He was a defensive end, by the way. So, and he played Division II, I think. Let me just check my notes real quick. Yeah, he ran a 4.69, and he got a 31 on the Wonderlic. That's pretty strong. Yeah, he played Division II. That's kind of why, but that's pretty good to get picked 4th round as a DN, as a second Division II player. I mean, it's interesting at a minimum. So, sorry, I'm going on about John Kaminsky, the 4th round pick rookie for the Falcons, but this could be a name. This could be a name of note, guys. That's why we do this. So, good job on him, hungry guy. Yeah. So let's see if the Broncos defense can be stout here. Oh, they're already going to the cupboard a little bit. The Falcons. Ito Smith's, this the backup at running back, and he will get meaningful snaps this year, and he's being put to work already. There's Thomas Dimitrov. Thomas Dimitrov looks like he used to be a barista. So he's like that cool looking guy, fancy glasses.
I know a guy like that.
Yeah, I know 2 guys like that. At least mine are beat up, and I had them for 6 years. Kenyon Barner. I don't know why he needs to play the preseason. Kenyon Barner's played for every team in the NFL, it feels like. Actually, how many years has Kenyon Barner played?
Came into the league 2013, 6th-round pick. So this is going into
Carolina? Who drafted him? Let me see.
I don't have it up here.
What number?
38.
If Carolina drafted him, yeah, I knew it. '92 looks huge on the Broncos. 92 looks huge. Zach Kerr Yeah, he's 334. No wonder. Yeah. Another UDFA. That guy is massive. Like, I'm around 300 pounds. That guy is significantly bigger than me. Holy. I would pull him off the field at 2nd and 14, though. They should really have Draymond Jones here. This would be interesting. 90 looks huge for the Broncos. Oh, Rashid Hagman. Yeah, we all know him. 318, 6'6". That's a big guy. Well, I don't know why they're bringing up Matt Ryan too much. Oh, Alex Mack is behind Matt Ryan, so he's not playing as well. I can see Adrian Claiborne's suited up. It's interesting who plays and who doesn't. It's so weird that the guys that don't play have made the team. Oh, a nice big dip of chewing tobacco in Matt Ryan's mouth. All right, I want to see if the Broncos can get after it with the backup. 59 tripped up. Why are they dumping it off? They're going to put themselves out of field goal range. 59 kind of made a brutal move here. 59 for the Broncos. It is Malik Reed, edge player. UDFA. Look at the database age.
Yeah, that just means they don't have a birthday in there yet.
Okay. Here we go. So I guess they're punting now. Oh, interesting to note, the Broncos have already switched their return man. So, yeah. Nick Williams. They have him down as number 86. We don't have a number in our database, so we'll be fixing that right now. So Nick Williams, who's running it, he's a 7-year pro. Wow. Out of Connecticut. I mean, this doesn't bode well for Kelvin McKnight, who botched that return earlier. So, yeah, that's already the most interesting thing in this game. Langley? Or Brandon Langley. I don't know why I said Kelvin McKnight. Good call. So, the Broncos have switched their return man from Brandon Langley to Nick Williams. I would imagine that neither of these guys are going to be the return man come
There's a chance Nick Williams could be. He's returned punts in the past.
Yeah, he has. I don't know. It's
just whether he makes the team or not.
It's hard to make the team. I just find it very interesting that like it just seems how rare they are. Hey Marcus, we're not that huge on the Broncos. I mean, I really like their defense, but I just feel like they're missing too many pieces. Offensive line, I think, is going to be a bit better than it has been, and that'll be a boost. But you have Stone Legs, Joe Flacco back there. I'm not confident in this skill position grouping. I mean, Philip Lindsay was a really nice surprise here. That was one of the guys Big Rye actually liked before the season last year. But I mean, I wouldn't expect that type of production. I know that Philip Lindsay was over 5 yards per carry last year, and Royce Freeman was somewhere around 4.4, which is also pretty good for inside the tackles. I think it's a nice tandem out their offensive line that I think will improve, especially with second-round pick Dalton Risner. But as a whole, I just think they're in tough. And this is another thing too. When you break down how well someone's season, a lot of it comes to who you're going to play. And I think that division is ridiculously tough. Two of the best teams in the league are the Chiefs and the Chargers, and I think that's kind of undeniable, especially from a talent standpoint. So it's going to be tough to play those games, and the Raiders have improved, if anything. So it is nice to point out that the Broncos beat the Chargers on the road last year, but I just don't think they're going to do too well. Big Rye has the projected wins up there. Big Rye and I have it as 5. I mean, we're going to be tweaking these numbers. We have a formula kind of on how we predict the future and how we handicap games, and we have the Broncos as a 5-win. Is that schedule adjusted, Big Rye?
Not yet. So the most important part is we have them ranked as the 23rd team right now. For projected wins, we're still unsure because it hasn't been put through a season and simulated.
Yeah, we haven't put it through a simulation. So, but I can't imagine it going up. I mean, I haven't combed through the Broncos schedule, but 2 games against the Chiefs and 2 games against the Chargers. It would be hard to pull away 500 even with those 2 games. Just 2 of the strongest teams. Like I said, Broncos defense though, I am intrigued about. I think their front seven's pretty strong, and I like their safety Justin Simmons, even though Pro Football Focus doesn't like it. So, like I said, their defense is strong, their offense is weak. We're gonna have to see. And also too, another thing we always forget about Denver is it's of the hardest places to play in the NFL. At the altitude, it's a real difficult one. So Big Red will bring up the numbers on how well the Broncos are slated to do this year, to give you a numerical idea rather than just me spouting off my fat mouth.
Not everything there seemed to be correct, so take it with a grain of salt for now, Marcus.
Was that a fumble? That was 13. They're running these ridiculous underneaths. That was Steve Dunbar. Steve Dunbar is, I think he might have been the guy that, Steve Dunbar is a UDFA that I believe was for San Francisco last year, and got picked up by Denver. He's another guy that's going to compete with 6th-round rookie Juwan Winfrey on the Broncos. 6'3", 210 pounds. It's a lot of man for a wide receiver. I really don't like, these plays don't seem very ambitious though, but they haven't even got it right from a procedure standpoint, and that's either team. Another drop on special teams. Jeez, that's number 3 for the Falcons, Marcus Green. Marcus Green, I think he's a rookie. Yeah. 6th-round pick, 203rd. He ran a 4.39, so that guy he's fast. Yeah, he scored 4 kicks for touchdowns during his collegiate career. So, I mean, this doesn't surprise me. In my notes, that's who I have. They probably will have as a contributor on special teams and a returner. He's 185 pounds, just kind of heavy considering he's 5'8". But, I mean, it's still very, very light in NFL terms. So, they changed his number to number 3. Let's see if we can adjust the database. Marcus Green, we have at 43. Was I wrong? I saw 3.
It's 3.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, we have a database of all the players, everybody, and we're just adjusting it from top to bottom. So,
best way to do it is watching these games, so it's nice to have these games back on and playing, so we can go off of what we actually see rather than what we
think we read.
Pretty much what you expect so far. Pretty sloppy, more defensive.
Very sloppy and more defensive, absolutely.
Kevin Hogan, Matt Schaub struggling.
Yeah, but that's to be expected. I don't see, like, Atlanta I think is going to have a high octane offense. I really do. But I think Denver's just really going to struggle in offense. Atlanta's starting defense should be strong. They're showing a Madden commercial where DeAndre Hopkins reached a pass over Kevin Byard. I don't know if that would happen. Now they're doing a commercial for Jimmy Fallon where he's wearing a really lame football jersey to make it, I guess, topically cohesive. Really lame. Oh, Mean Kevin Green's in the stadium with some serious flow. Oh, he won the Hall of Fame too. Not for his wrestling, I don't imagine. Oh, we got a new player in. Bankert. Kurt Bankert. UDFA from Virginia. Yikes. This is interesting though. You have to get eyes on him. Ito Smith struggling against, the third team. Okay.
They showed his 2017 numbers at Virginia. Did they say why he didn't play in 2018?
No. Who knows? That could be an injury. That's another thing I forgot about Atlanta. Oh, nice. Nice. 87, Jaden Graham. That's a bizarre name. Jaden. Al Michaels' cadence, and he's just brutal right now. He went to Yale, Jaden Graham. No wonder this tight end isn't... Ian hasn't gotten much draft love, let's put it that way. That was a fine play, though. Nice. Malik Reed, 59.
He got happy feet there, huh?
Yeah.
Benkert?
Yeah.
Kurt Benkert?
Kurt Benkert. I don't think we'll need to memorize this. This is a nice move, actually. Nice bend. I mean,
he slipped.
It's just the fact that he beat Logan Paulson. I mean, he's going against a tight end, but I mean,
a blocking tight end.
Blocking tight end that's been in the league
still,
forever.
Still.
Yeah. Mind you, Jason Witten can block just about anybody. That sounds crazy to say, but it's true.
But there's a big skill gap between those two guys.
Logan Paulson and Jason Witten?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, but look, in theory, though, if you're a blocking tight end, you should be a better blocking tight end than Jason Witten. You should be.
In theory, yeah.
Jason Witten was
not true.
Jason Witten's a two-way tight end, right? But it's not. Jason Witten's an excellent. He can play tackle. I don't know, like.
Well, he's more of a traditional tight end, like guys that can do.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely.
Whereas, like the new flashy guys, I'll say, are usually one-way street.
Yeah, but we've seen very little flash. I mean, there's aside from George Kittle and Travis Kelce, Ertz is two-way. I'll give Ertz that credit.
Goddard was supposed to be a one-way guy who's turning into actually an excellent blocker, which is quite surprising.
Yeah, still problems with that. There's more reports from camp, Dallas Goddard.
Why? What is it?
Said he wasn't as something about blocking. It was a negative review, but again, that was just one person writing it. So,
they talked about how he was
good last year. Yeah, absolutely.
During the season when it matters.
You know who's interesting tight end prospect? Mark Andrews from the Baltimore Ravens. I think he'll even be fantasy relevant, to be honest, because they're going to play lots of multi-tight end sets, and he's going to be on the field, to be honest. So, who's the other starter in Baltimore at tight end? There's Hayden Hurst as a first-round pick, but I think he's buried on the depth chart. Is it Nick Boyle?
Yeah.
It is Nick Boyle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason I thought Nick Boyle was on Buffalo.
No. Buffalo added Tyler Kroft.
Tyler Kroft, that's right. A lot of moving parts here, guys.
Bucks. Big bucks for Tyler Kroft.
Yeah. Mitch Morse getting $13 million.
Did you see the other big offensive line signing today? It was Matt Khalil, and he's getting like $8.9 million for 1 year.
No wonder he came out of retirement.
Yeah. Let me just check to see. I forget what teams signed him.
The Jets did.
It's the Jets. Jets.
Jets are a sleeper, guys. Not that they're going to set the world on fire. They're just not going to be as bad. PA. That was a brutal play and decision by Benkert. It was for Devin Gray, another UDFA who clearly wasn't open. The Cowboys won 20 seasons in a row. That's crazy.
That's impressive. How many teams were in the league back then?
Well, 66 to 85. I mean, you're getting anywhere from, God, I think. Oh, right, because that would have been the AFL NFL merger was 60.
Gage?
68, 67.
Russell Gage, a 6th-round pick from this year, making the catch. It was a good throw. That was Kurt.
He's not a 6th-round pick from this year.
No? Sorry, from last year.
Yeah, last year.
2018.
There you go.
Is that Brian Hill?
Yeah, 23.
Yeah.
You know what I'm kind of interested for, and I've been. He hasn't played yet. His name's Quadri Olison or Quadri Olison. I don't know how to say his name.
The 5th-round pick from this year.
Yeah. I don't know what his number is.
Got it as 32.
And number 32. I want to see him come in. He's a bruiser. He's a total bruiser. I want to see it. I want to see him pound on the defense a bit. Yeah, Brian Hill, I don't know.
Thinking in there how Brian Hill's a veteran.
I know.
But I'm laughing because veteran running back is a guy who got drafted in 2017. He's been on the Falcons roster the last 2 years.
Yeah.
He hasn't played much, if at all.
High ball to number 7. C.J. Warden. Florida International. Didn't your brother go to Florida Gulf Coast or International?
Gulf Coast, Dunk City, or
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it.
Big Rye's brother was a very minor hockey star. No one's watching anymore. Ugh. And we're back. And field goal, Giorgio Tavecchio. Short.
How far was
It's
that?
54 yards.
Yeah, that's a good preseason
Yeah.
attempt. Trying to think what's the best way to display this, like for people to be able to see. One thing that's interesting is that if you work on that on there, I can either show that exact thing you're doing, or I have to make like separate little.
So you don't want me to do this?
I think this is better. Like this might be the better way to go. So if I just show this as well.
I think yours looks chunky and mine doesn't.
Yeah, somehow, right?
Yeah. I just put the filter on. There's too many of the gray blocks, right? Yeah, that's more sense. You should zoom in a little bit and not show the top of the hide the top of the browser.
Yeah, I can do that now.
Is this really another Fast and Furious movie? How bereft of ideas are they in Hollywood? Now I'm gonna look up the word bereft. I swear I used it wrong. Oh, bereft, deprived or lacking something. Used it right. Bereft of ideas. Hollywood. Yeah, that makes more sense. I even scrolling a little further there, Big Rye. Oh, there's another lawyer show on NBC. Now they're doing some Sherlock Holmes Denver is searching for a quarterback type animation. I mean, I guess you got to give it to them. They have to get creative. Oh, nice! Drew Lock's in. So this is kind of important for Bronco fans. Okay, so the overall scouting consensus is that Drew Lock has every physical tool. He ran a 4.69. He's a strong athlete, strong arm, but he has poor accuracy. Just poor accuracy, they say. And I've got to look at him, so I want to say. And also, too, he fires it like his touch passes are garbage. He fires them. So, I mean, we're going to see. This is a run, I'm sure. David Williams is back. Now, David Williams was either a late 7th round pick last year or UDFA. I think 7th round pick. Huge guy, David Williams. I think he's 250 pounds. Yeah, David Williams says he's 224. I thought he was heavier, but yeah, he was a 7th round pick last year for Denver. He got cut and he joined another team. I almost feel like it was something like Kansas City, but now they split up 49 out wide, so they're going open. Shotgun, Drew Lock, bomb. Oh, 87 was either too slow or Lock threw too far, but I like that attempt.
It's a little bit of a duck.
Oh, this is an idea. That was Nick Williams, I think.
Was it? 87.
That wasn't a duck. Oh, that was a yard too far. Oh, that was Noah Fant. Nice. Noah Fant, 1st round pick. They got him out there. Yeah. I think that I'm going to agree with Collingsworth here, who was saying that that's where it should have been. Fant has been underwhelming, let's say. That was a brutally inaccurate throw by Locke, and he threw behind him.
It was accurate, just to the wrong guy.
And to the wrong team.
And Miller dropped it. Number 28 on the Atlanta Falcons. Jordan Miller, 5th round pick from this year.
Yeah. Jordan Miller, he played in the same team as DeAndre Baker. So he's kind of the third string of that crew. Jordan Miller.
The face mask, and he dropped it.
Let me check my notes on Jordan Miller. He's a good athlete with a track background, but not nearly as good as the guy drafted previous to him. Almost a block here. Yeah, Jordan Miller only did 6 reps on the bench, and he has problems in the tackling. He goes through shoestrings a lot. He's also considered a project. So, I mean, that's kind of what the Falcons did this year as far as a draft class. Every later round pick beyond the 1st round are just the best athletes on the board. So Jordan Miller's in that camp, but he wasn't actually a bad player for the Huskies. So it's still going to be hard for him to make an impact. Wow, they're doing a commercial for type 2 diabetes. I wonder if the internet's telling me something.
Well, you're 99-2 all time in fights. You lost 1 fight to a man and 1 fight to onset diabetes.
Yeah, I did. I have lost 1 fight to a man, and I probably will lose the fight to type 2 diabetes, I would imagine.
Now, with the help of Jardiance, just a couple tablets. Tell your doctor what all the medicines you take and if you have any medical conditions. I can't even take that
because it says if you have kidney problems, with the amount of alcohol I force down my gullet, that's an issue too, right? Yeah. What I'm keeping it together in this broadcast. Oh, they're just in this neon Starbucks commercial. Oh, and I do like that nitro cold brew. I don't care for that commercial though.
So, out of all the research you did on all the rookies, who was the most exciting for you?
Most exciting were both on both on the Falcons, but that part of excitement has to do with failure. Like, the Broncos ones seem like pretty safe picks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Aside from Juwan Winfrey, I think is not going to work out whatsoever. But as far as the Falcons, they're just good athletes, so it kind of sky's the limit. So the most interesting ones were Quadri Olesen, I think, and Kendall Sheffield. Kendall Sheffield runs like the wind. I don't think he's going to end up doing anything but super interesting. And then Quadri Olesen, I think, should be the backup. And then I'm going to circle around too. There's a guy I liked on a lot on drafted by the Broncos, the 3rd round pick from OSU, Draymond Jones. He's way undersized. All of his moves are kind of finesse moves. He doesn't have a bull rush, but that's what I like about it. I feel like in 2nd and 3rd and long, you can play him on the inside because he's an interior pass rushing specialist. And when you add the wings of Chubb and Miller, you're really going to be able to get pressure on the inside. So Draymond Jones is a very interesting guy to me. Holy, has Tony Gonzalez lost weight.
Slimmed down. He's looking good.
He looks like he's 195 pounds.
He kind of looks like Rick Fox a little bit.
He does look like Rick Fox.
Very
Guy you're related to.
Very Hollywood.
He does have Hollywood. His teeth are natural, though. It's Brian Hill again.
Yeah.
This guy is... I'm sorry, he doesn't do it for me.
Well, he's got 2 years left on his rookie contract. He's probably not going anywhere till then.
Well, his guaranteed money is probably paid. He could be cut this year. That wouldn't surprise me.
He could. They did bring in.
I want to see Quadri Olesen go in, because he could be very underwhelming too. But that's why I want to see. I want to see the competition here.
Yeah, Brian Hill's heavier than he looks. He's listed at 219.
He doesn't play
here,
like 219. I'll tell you that much.
He plays like he's 200.
195.
Yeah, that was a better run.
Yeah, that was a dive.
It's still positive yards moving forward.
Yeah, it's positive yards.
Made his cut, got his yards. He's not going to be fantasy relevant, that's for sure.
No, he won't be fantasy relevant.
What's Tony talking about?
They're just highlighting his career and what he was good at and how good of a player he was, which we all knew. There we go. CJ Wharton. Nice catch, nice play, nice ball movement from Atlanta. No one, you'd think they'd take a little bit of a. It should be a little more aggressive here. I think in a preseason game. I know it's not the thing. You don't want to show all your playbook, but put your athletes against their athletes. If you make a mistake, who cares? You get to try everything out. This is a full audition from top to bottom, offense, defense, special teams. So I think it should be a little bit more risky, to be honest. Here we go. Who's back there now? That doesn't look like Brian Hill.
A running back, 32.
Nice. Was that Quadri Olesen in there?
Looks like it.
That's fantastic. I hope they go with it now. I really want to watch Quadri Olesen from the Atlanta Falcons.
You figure he'd get a lot of run in a game like today. Like the second half, he might get.
Yeah, he might get
carries.
it all. By the way, Quadri Olsen's a 5th round pick, 152 overall. He's like he's not gonna be able to like do a house call and run with speed, but he's kind of reminds me of like a James Conner or an Alfred Morris. He can't catch though, from what I gathered. There he is. Yes.
I missed it too.
Yeah. It was a little bit of a bumbling run, but it was power. So this is one of the guys I put a little star on, because this is another thing too, that he could be fantasy relevant here, gentlemen. There's a very low chance, but he could be a handcuff, because Ito Smith didn't light the world on fire. He didn't have a bad season like Roto World claims, but yeah.
Well, Ito Smith is just so small. Like there's no
Ito
way
Smith is small. He had a lot of
touchdowns.
touchdowns.
A lot of carries.
3rd and 4 here. That was a brutal throw. Oh, man.
The pressure came and he just got rid of it.
I know, but like, it's so... You really can tell the difference. It's kind of like when quarterbacks play, you think, like, why do they still want a guy in his 40s? It's because they just don't exist, man. These preseason games highlight how difficult that position is. And we're watching
experience is everything.
Experience really is everything. Because a lot of the guys in the league now, a lot of the quarterbacks aren't good athletes, oddly enough to say that, especially compared to other positions. I felt the fake there, but it didn't happen. Okay, back there. Who's back there?
86, Nick
86,
Williams.
Nick Williams again.
Kaminsky gets the...
So, yeah.
not quite a recovery, but he's on the ball.
So, once again, the Langley, that's my watch.
Is that your pacemaker?
It is my pacemaker. The Broncos started with a different return man. You could say that they just subbed him out, but he flubbed the ball. He made a really bad play for the ball. He ran to a short punt and he caused a turnover. I don't think they pulled him because they were his time was up and they wanted to see someone else. I think they pulled him because he might have just lost his job on that play.
It's tough, right? Like, it's tough because you want to use, as a coach, you want to use these games to learn about your players. Like, I almost disagree with it, but you don't really get second and third chances in the NFL like you do with other things in life. There's just too many other guys that can do it.
There is, and beyond the 256 guys that come in every draft period, don't forget there's, God, let me think, probably how many, 100 new UDFAs? Would you guess to make that much?
Yeah, that's probably more. There's 2,900, 3,000 players in the league right now.
Yeah, so maybe 300 UDFAs that have never set foot on an NFL field before. I mean, so if let's conservatively call it 500, you have to compete with 500 new guys.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's the thing, too, is that it's an audition from every team. Like a lot of these guys are getting cut, but there's going to be other teams that are scooping up all these players.
They're going to fill a need on another team. So that is the guy that pops off on the screen. He might not make that team, but there's a good chance he's going to make the NFL in some capacity, whether it's practice squad or exposure for another team. I haven't had cable in about 2 years, and it's just these commercials are driving me absolutely insane. Big Rye has the luxury of not having his headphones on, and I always find it bizarre that networks only put commercials for things for their own shows. So how do they generate money? That's what I want to know. So, anyways, not my problem. Back to the game.
Drew Lock's still in, it looks like?
Drew Lock's still in.
Do you think he's going to play into the second half?
He should. Drew Lock should really play into the rest of the game, I would hope. I would want to take a good look at him, let's be honest. Because Kevin Hogan already played, so Joe Flacco's not going to play.
We might see Brett Rippon.
Oh, Brett Rippon, the UDFA.
There's a chance.
Well,
I'm sure he'll play. It's just
that was a nice run.
That was an excellent run. 48 on the Broncos.
Is that Kalafi?
No.
Gaddafi? Oh, that's
Devontae Jackson.
Devontae Jackson. Sorry, I'm looking at both. Oh, that was nice. He's 5'7", 176, though. I mean, you got to be quick if you're that small. I get so disheartened when I see a running back whose size is 5'7", 176.
They've got three guys that are really undersized at running back as far as Philip Lindsay.
I just don't know how you're gonna make it. You know.
I don't know. They've been having success. Lindsay had success last year.
Yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough being that size. Well, he split out at wideout, so that's already a promising sign.
And he blew by the guy. He's wide open.
Oh, here we go. Oh!
Locke misses him.
Oh, Locke just missed it.
That's Muhammad.
That was Kalfani Muhammad, another quick guy. Just right as Big Rye was saying that there is merit to having lighter guys, he just blew by.
The linebacker completely whiffed. That's what they're doing.
That is what they're doing.
Bringing all three of these guys in. Look at that.
And you know what? I'm going to say this. This is really good usage of the skill set of Drew Lock. I mean, Drew Lock's missed... I don't think he missed the first throw. He missed this throw for sure. But, I mean, they're spreading everyone out. They're playing backyard ball. And, either of those two plays could have been either big gains or a house call. Now, he just did a run, and that's probably a flag on 53.
Oh.
It's preseason Big Rye. You can't hit a guy like that. Jermaine Grace. Now, one of the other knocks on
he half slid into him.
What do you want me to do, man? This is the rules in the new NFL. I think I like it. I like when people get their heads taken off, but that's not what happened. Yeah, but Locke said one of the scouting reports for Locke was that he'll ignore the underneath and run himself. He ran 4.69. He's a good athlete, so that doesn't surprise me that he just did it now.
That was a good play. It was a heads-up play by him. But to me, the onus has to be more on the quarterback to slide early and protect himself.
Yeah.
You can't run up to the guy and then decide you're going to slide last second.
Here's the difference, though. You can. You can, though. That's the problem. That was as nice as you could hit someone. That was like when the police officer put that little person down in the fill that bag up video. It's about as nice as you could possibly do it. But it's the rules, man. It's the rules.
That play action was weak, but
I was just going to say that.
Nick Williams with the catch, Drew Lock accurate on the run.
He's clearly worked on his touch pass, even though that wasn't that good. That play was really sloppy.
I'd say the play action was sloppy, but the play was excellent. The play worked really well.
The play is fine, but the execution of it.
The execution was good too. It didn't look terrific.
It didn't look good, pal. Manny Sanders looking Manny fresh on the sideline.
Is Terry McAuley talking about that last tackle?
Yeah.
And how weak it was? Just look at
You might as well just kill them though. What's the difference, right?
Especially when it's a bang like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a nice play.
But there's the weakness, 50. Right? These guys that are so small. It's Comiskey again.
There we go. Hold on. I got to point this out. John Comiskey had he's a Division II 4th round pick for the Falcons. And he recovered the turnover on that botched punt return. And now he's making plays. I mean...
That was a good play.
Quarterback in high school, putting on 70 pounds to be a DN, and very, very good athlete, and a guy who has a lot of heart, grit, high motor, as they say. And this is nice to see him have success in a preseason game. Locke is in big trouble.
Headshot!
Oh man, headshot from 79.
You know what's interesting about Locke that I've never seen a quarterback do until he just did it right now? Is he put the ball down in the pocket in his left arm. So he couldn't even throw with it in his right arm, which is disastrous as far as a guy that's going to scramble. You think of guys that are really good at scrambling, like Russell Wilson, like Baker Mayfield, guys that can move around in the pocket.
Well, I don't know, Baker Mayfield's the one.
You've never switched the ball to your left hand and then start running around. That's terrible.
Yeah, but there was nowhere to go. There's a guy on his rear, there's a guy in front of him. He knew that was the best place to protect the ball. He
did it again. He just did it again. He brings it down to his left arm to carry.
This is a star. Hey, Midwest Sports, how you doing, pal? This is a star. John Comiskey now with 2 sacks here and a recovery of a punt, a fumbled punt. This is great. This is great to see. Who'd he beat? 77.
Jones.
77. Sam Jones.
6th round pick from last year.
6th round pick last year. Oh, that was a brutal snap. This is a nice punt. 6 yard. Who's number 3 returning them? Marcus Green again.
Yeah.
Marcus Green runs a 4.3, so.
Ed Reed is looking like a homeless person right now.
Ed Reed, there's a lot of horrible things that YouTube wouldn't like that I could say right now about his appearance.
I read some interesting stories about Ed Reed yesterday. I was talking about how he was a notorious night owl, and he would consistently sleep through meetings, and they would knock him. They'd be like, "Hey, Ed, wake up." He'd wake up and he'd like tell you exactly what was happening on that play, and then he'd go right back to sleep.
Part of that though is because he apparently would stay up all night doing that kind of stuff. So I can't say I'm much different. I sleep during the day and I don't really work. So I mean, you add that together. Aside from everything else in our entire lives, Ed Reed and I are just the same.
What's going on, Midwest? What are you up to tonight? You excited football's back on? Holding on A. Gray. What's A. Gray's first name?
Trust me, guys. I
Alex
smell
Gray.
worse than I look, if that's even possible.
Yeah. Who cares what a guy said in the scouting process 18 years ago? Ball hawk. Is that like his thing? Is that his brand?
It must be. That's it's the Maryland coat of arms in between the eagle. I don't think he's from Maryland though. I mean, he played in Baltimore a lot, but that was nice. That was well done.
Justin Hardy again. He's getting a lot of run tonight. Oh no, that wasn't Justin Hardy. That's Blake.
Christian Blake. Yeah.
Thank you.
Is that Kurt Benker again?
I didn't see who made the
Kurt
throw.
Benkert?
I got a feeling Benkert's going to play a lot because there's only 3. Let me just double check, but I think there's only 3 quarterbacks there. Schaub's probably not going to play. I think we're going to see Benkert the rest of the way.
That wouldn't surprise me. That looks like a 6. I can't make it out. But
That is him.
I want to see Kadri Olsen. Brian Hill's back in. Just lame. Oh!
There's a rocket.
Here we go. Oh, and 37 is going to get a flag here on 83.
Yep. For a second, I thought they were calling offensive, but no, it's on the defense. 37, Stevens.
Russell Gage
on
Atlanta's 6th-round pick. 194 overall from last year.
Did that on Lyndon Stevens, who's an undrafted free agent.
They're calling some really, really weak stuff right now, but
they always do this though at the start of this preseason. They set a precedence for what's going to be called, and then as the season goes along, it always eases up.
that ball looked like it had too much air underneath it, though.
Well, we weren't expecting it. It's been all dump downs.
Yeah, there's been some.
And guys,
here we go. This is the first time ever, guys. It's a challenging of pass interference, so this is very interesting. I think this will be successful.
I think so too.
He barely touched him. It was number 37 on the Broncos.
The other thing too is that he
Lyndon Stevens, a UDFA of this year from Cincinnati. Cornerback.
He didn't push off, and he turned his head around to follow the ball. So he makes contact early, but he doesn't push. He never brings his arm, like he never extends his elbow.
Okay, so the officiating expert says that it's about significantly hindering a receiver. I would hardly call this significantly hindering.
No.
His hand does touch the bottom of the V of his jersey, though. So we've never seen this. This is at least an interesting thing that you're going to get in the preseason going forward. So let's see what he does.
Is this a rule change that they're keeping for the regular season?
In theory, yeah. It stood. Oh man, this is setting a bad precedent. Oh, that's bad.
That's bizarre.
So you really can't touch him anymore. Do they really have to make it any more difficult for defenses to play in this league? It's just insane. Yeah, but the on-field rules guy is saying there's evidence of hindrance. Well, you could see that. You could technically challenge every play that holding if you could. That was a believable play action by Kurt Banker. Nice throw on the run and a really bad drop by C.J. Morton.
Some heads-up play, too. Denver Broncos, number 35. Jason Thompson tried to knock it back into the field for an interception.
No, it's DeMonte Thompson.
Sorry, DeMonte Thomas.
Thomas.
What's Ed Reed talking about?
They keep talking about his greatest NFL memory. And it's winning the Super Bowl. Too bad Gonzalez didn't get the option of saying that. That was a high ball by Bankert. That was a brutal drop by CJ Morton. I keep saying Morton. Probably because it sounds better. A real salty guy, but it's CJ Morton's toe. I can keep going.
Keep going. Third and 10 here from the 35. A couple of bad drops today, huh?
Yeah. This is probably why both teams have brought in a serious amount of receivers. And nobody got open on that play. And that was, I guess we'll call it a coverage sack.
Bankert also walked into pressure there.
Yeah.
He threw his
Well, that's because he was thinking
dry.
about running, too. I mean, he was indecisive, but...
What's Ed Reed singing about?
He was singing 2 Tickets to Paradise, and Torrey Smith had hair in that one. No, now he mentioned Torrey Smith. This is just a bad place to be able to punt. I don't really like the play calling. When you're at the 40, you could run it 4 times, and that would be fine with me if you're getting 2 yards per. That was a great punt, though. That was a great punt.
Was that Colby Wadman?
Was it? No, Atlanta punted it. It's Bankert. It's Matt Bosher. Bosher's a good punter, man.
Yeah, Bosher's the only punter on the
They don't need another one. Bosher's awesome. Broncos are starting at their 7, it looks like. I'm doing a timeout. So we're going to see a 2-minute drill from Drew Lock here, everybody. This is pretty good. This will be interesting. We've just seen overthrows, to be honest.
They already had to use their second timeout before the play even ran.
That's a good point, Big Ryan.
So only one timeout left, 2:20 on the clock from their own 7. I don't like their chances.
I don't like their chances either. They ran it.
49's a guy I don't think we've seen yet.
It's David Williams. We have seen him. He was just 7th-round pick last year. He got cut and then he got brought back. I thought he had a chance at cracking that starting roster last year. We got cut. He's a big bruiser. He should be, in theory, a short yardage guy.
224, 6 feet tall.
Yeah, he's a bruiser. 2-minute drill officially starts after this Geico commercial. Now there's a Deion Sanders commercial. Maybe he needs to work so he can pay back all the people from his failed school. So far, we got a highlight of everyone. The most impactful player has been John Kaminsky, 4th-round rookie defensive end.
That's true.
2 sacks and a recovered fumble.
Doesn't get much better than that.
And now there's a new shark movie. Really? Do sharks live in caves? Maybe bull sharks. I could see that.
I'm not sure.
Bull sharks can live in fresh and salt water.
One thing I will say is that Madden commercial was actually Kenny Vaccaro.
Oh, is Vaccaro?
Yeah.
I thought it was Byard. If it's Vaccaro, I can buy that.
You can stomach it now.
I can stomach it. The idea of Kevin Byard losing an interception to anybody is bogus. Sorry, guys. I got a hard on for Kevin Byard. He's the best safety in the league.
D-Hop's pretty good.
D-Hop's an amazing receiver, but if Kevin Byard's in front of him, he's getting that ball.
We'll probably find out sometime during the season.
Yeah, we will. Bring your game. Man, I need a donut. I'm not built to sit in a chair for too long.
You're not built to do anything ever.
No.
I like that from Muhammad switching arms to get that stiff.
There's another flag. This is really, really soft. Is it Troy Fumagalli? No, Noah Fant. I keep forgetting he's 87.
And they've opened up the first 2 plays have both been running plays in this fancy 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is a brutal
hold.
hold. Fant does not look good here, guys. I gotta be real.
Not in this first half.
No.
He's playing a lot. He's getting targeted a lot at the start. Like this is a guy that's going to need experience.
Yeah,
they've put a lot of capital into drafting a tight end.
First round tight end, like the learning curve is ridiculous. The one good thing is the Broncos aren't going to be really good anytime soon. It's just 3 running plays in a row. Wow, he got popped. Like, why aren't they going to the air with Locke? It's like they're trying to give the ball away.
That was 35 on Atlanta. Jason Thompson with the pop there.
It's not Jason Thompson.
Yeah, for Atlanta.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's right next to a guy with the last name Thomas. They're highlighting Fant like he's been good, but that was a good one. I'm surprised that who's that Devontae Booker that isn't playing? Yeah, how is his roster spot safe? He's not been good.
I wouldn't say he's safe, but they just know what they're getting from him if he stays.
I guess he's just bad.
He's played. He's not a top-notch guy.
Didn't they just sign Theo Riddick?
Denver did, yeah.
So aren't they gonna that's got to be it for Devontae Booker?
Probably, but I don't know. They know what they got with him. And as far as I can remember, I don't think he plays special teams.
I can't recall that either. He doesn't have a good body type for special teams either. He's like a plotter. They just ran it again. This was the most give-up 2-minute drill I've ever seen. Why wouldn't you want to see what you got in your boy? Let him make a mistake. Some lame Baduck stuff from Denver. We're showing some inspirational speeches from Dan Quinn in the meantime. And they went 7-9 last year. We made a video about them thinking that they were going to win 9 games. And we really got the brunt of that one. The Falcons fans let us have it, but we weren't wrong. Another dropped punt.
By an interesting name.
Zacchaeus. Oh, that's a Nigerian name for sure. Olamide Zacchaeus. 5'8", 193. That's heavy for 193. Oh, that dropped by 83.
Gage.
This is really plodding along.
At least Atlanta's throwing the ball.
Yeah, that's true. These run plays have gone nowhere. Cutter had success with the Falcons as a offensive coordinator. Of course, Shanahan had more success. So nice play, Bankert. This guy is not a mover, but it worked. Bankert's actually putting together a reasonable 2-minute drive here.
You have to like the situation that he's in as far as like he knows this is his game.
Yeah, that's true. He's not going to get he's going to get the big hook from the Sandman at the Apollo like everyone else. It had to have gone out. Who did that?
I didn't see, but he definitely came forward with his arm. So
that looks like 45 who did that. Alexander Johnson. Let's take a look at that guy. Linebacker, second year in UDFA. I don't know.
You gotta think that's a fumble.
These definitions of fumble and stuff are total joke. Just make it so hard for the defense. That was nice. Christian Blake. You guys got time. We got time. Falcons are driving.
They're in field goal range.
They are in field goal
range. On
range.
the 29.
Running hurry up against. I don't know like this.
That was all he could do, though.
Yeah, but I don't believe in Brian Hill's ability to beat anybody.
I'm thinking about Bankert. He just made the right decision, getting the ball out of his hands.
That's right. I'll give you that.
That was his last.
Might as thrown at his feet though. Stop the clock. Nice throw. Nice play. It's 17.
That's
Zacchaeus again. He looked taller than 5'8". All-time leading receiver of Virginia, they said. Olamide, that's how you say it.
Olamide? Yeah. Did they say his last name?
Zacchaeus. That was rad. What a play. Short of the goal line.
They should take their time out here. And they do. 21 seconds left. Atlanta's down to the 1. They've just taken their last timeout. First and goal.
Bankert's look not that bad, though. I got to be real.
Yeah. Bain with the reception. Sean Bain, first round UDFA.
First year.
Yeah, sorry. First year UDFA. 170 pounds, 5'11".
I don't know. Are there first round UDFAs? I guess maybe in the waiving period. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's just wrong.
It's a weird way to say it.
You caught me.
I gotcha.
Gotcha.
Big Ryan, I gotcha. Look at the flow out of the helmet for Bankert. He's kind of asking for it. But. So it's like a touchdown, and it is to Brian Hill. I like how Hill's going to take all this credit. He's been abysmal.
Well, it just shows you the difference between these teams, right? What did Denver do with their 2-minute drill?
Denver threw in the towel. Imagine if you were gambling on this game. You'd be really upset.
Yep. That's why you can't gamble in the preseason. You just never know what teams are going to do.
It's tough.
Teams aren't trying to win in the preseason, no matter what they tell you.
I'm sure we could figure out a way to do it. The flag. I can't believe Walt Anderson's still a referee. He's so brutal.
Mm-mm. $48 Jackson for Denver. When he's had the ball in his hands, he's looked good.
Who's me?
Devontae Jackson from West Georgia, 5'7", 176.
They're talking about Kendall Sheffield now. He's a 4th round pick. Yeah,
he's one of the guys you were excited about, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know, excited. I don't think he's going to be good necessarily, but he's a crazy athlete. I would be surprised if he wasn't the fastest guy between both teams. The guy really can run. He's a hurdle champion in Texas, they mentioned on the broadcast. There's another flag. This is brutal.
Holding on the defense.
Oh, so it's on Jordan Miller. Jordan Miller's the other cornerback that they drafted, the Falcons.
Fifth round pick.
We mentioned that earlier, but I'm gonna say it's what's good about Kendall Sheffield is we haven't really heard from him, which is good. Oh my God! The ref's saying now that they can change the foul from holding to pass interference based on whether the ball's in flight. So you can challenge it to now upgrade your penalty. This is crazy. I'm sorry. This is a brutal fumble by 13. Lucky the time will be out. 41 just or whoever that is, did a great job returning it. Who fumbled?
13 on Denver.
13 on Denver. Steve Dunbar. The second year UDFA, who came from, I believe, San Francisco the year before. This has been a pretty abysmal.
Halftime 7-7.
We'll grab a snack during halftime.
Yeah, guys, we'll be back.
We'll just leave it.
going on, guys?
What's that?
What's happening, Woot Dog? We're back on.
We're live.
We're live. Game's still tied. Sorry, guys, we missed the first 3 minutes of the second half.
We need to fill the fat guy's pie hole.
It looks like Atlanta's punting. Matt Bosher. It's number 16. Who's 16 on Denver? Calvin McKnight.
Yeah, they got Tony Dungy in the booth, too. This is nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah. God, I don't know why it's so like, I don't know, sketchy. Hey, look, we're stuck behind this. Oh, we figured out the technicals. Big Rye was on it. Look at this broad's outfit. It's brutal.
Stylish.
I don't know what style is. TNA is style.
Yeah, to you.
Yes.
You excited for the new Bond?
I am for the new James Bond. Absolutely. It's woke. I like that.
What does that mean?
Oh my god. They're going to get Idris Elba to fly in the new Fast and the Furious movie. There'll be some UFN reports. Had to throw a crude joke in there, guys. Had to.
It's hilarious. It's good to see Minhas having success.
I'll never understand this. The only thing that they can advertise is stuff that they put on TV. Oh, right on. They're talking about Ty Law right now, who's a total animal. I'll be real. Ty Law is a total badass. Total badass.
At the peak of his career, where would you rate him?
At cornerbacks, number 1.
No, but rating-wise, overall.
96, 97, 98. He was rad. He was so good. Because he got turnovers like crazy. That was what he did. Ooh!
That was a good chop, or not a chop block, but the receiver coming down to set the edge for him. 15, I think it was. Juwan Winfrey. Big receiver, 215, 6'3". Sixth round pick from this year.
Yeah. Who was Marcus Green? That you were referencing?
Juwan Winfrey.
Oh, Juwan Winfrey. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of him. We'll see, though. If he got a block, then that's good.
That was tight end Austin Fort, number 89, with that catch, a first-year UDFA. Surprising amount of footage of Ty Law playing as a kid.
He must have been pretty good, man. What do you want? Ball's gonna ball.
Oh.
Oh, I thought that was the big one.
Lots of punting.
Lots of punting. Oh.
Great tackle. 20 from Denver. Looks like Carter. I'll tell you guys in a second.
Jamal Carter.
Yeah.
Miami, Florida. I think it was Miami, Ohio, so they have to safety. Third year UDFA.
I don't think I remember Jamal Carter playing in any games.
That's because he probably did.
Oh, Brian Hill getting a lot of run. Fumbles the ball, but I guess they're saying he was down.
Yeah, he was way down.
Carter again, a huge hit there. When I first saw Ty Law come on, I thought he just looked like a young R. Kelly. It's those glasses.
Well, Michel Tafoya was definitely in his range. A little old, of course, but quite enjoying this. They never get younger at the position with the on-field reporters.
Yeah, it's like the same with the Vegas Showgirls.
I feel like that's true too, yeah. Doesn't matter how many holes get in those tights.
Or how many tights get in those holes.
Yikes.
Who's 87 on the Falcons?
So we're looking up here. Jaden Graham. He had a catch earlier for a first down.
First year player as well, UDFA.
Yeah, UDFA. He went to Yale. You're not going to get too much exposure on Yale, playing on Yale. I guess this is the day to wear your gold jacket. That's what Tony Dungy's doing.
Yeah,
nice.
Hall of Fame game, it makes sense.
Dude, this is actually a cohesive unit, this Atlanta offense. I mean, it would look worse under Schaub. I mean, obviously the
that was a great interception.
Holy, they're going over Ty Law highlights, and they're just nuts.
That's another great one. These are all Peyton Manning picks.
Yeah, he picked up Peyton Manning the most of any player. I happen to watch a bunch of Ty Law this week, oddly enough. So Kurt Bankert's doing a pretty good job for the Falcons here. Who's that running back? I got to see this.
Brian Hill.
It's Brian Hill again. Really? Here we go. CJ Wharton doesn't drop it this time. Gets a first down. They're running a lot of play action bootlegs. Atlanta. It's kind of typical. The stream hell of the game jammed up a little bit. Uh-oh. And we're back. Yeah, Bankert 17 for 26 for 172. It's reasonable. Kurt Bankert looks good. Like, this is just weird to say.
He's looked the best out of anybody. Let's put it that way.
We're gonna see. Well, like, can't write home about him yet, but this is impressive. I'm just surprised that they're not playing Kadri Olesen, playing a lot of Brian Hill. Maybe Olesen's gonna make the team for sure, and Hill's the one who's on the outside looking in.
I think that's safe to say. Olesen was a was a pick this year, correct?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. I thought you'd want to get some usage out of him. Maybe they already know.
Well, it's pretty clear what role he's going to play.
Yeah.
That was a good run from Hill.
That was a good run from Hill. On a toss. Strong side toss.
That's what we used to call our Friday nights.
Yeah, toss to the strong side. They're knocking on the door here. I'd be surprised if Atlanta doesn't score.
There you go.
There's Quadre Olison, who came inches from getting a touchdown, but I think there's a holding. They know what they're doing. Atlanta.
Well, in our preseason predictions for the regular season, we have him playing about 10% of the snaps because we figure he's going to get those short yardage and goal line type carries.
It'd be hard not to. There's an illegal shift from the rookie Bain. Sean Bain, that's a cool name too. Yeah. They're leaving Quadre Olison in. I expect to play action though here. Yeah, they're talking on the broadcast about how he's going to be a short yardage player, as he should be. It is a play action. Pretty obvious, I thought. Nice job in defense, whoever that was. 39.
39, Johnson. We'll look up who he is. Looks like Trey Johnson.
Yeah.
First round UDFA. Excellent coverage on that play. Banker trying to fit it into a tight window, but no luck. It was a big tight end, whoever he threw to.
It's probably Troy Fumagalli. It's a tall guy.
Someone in the 80s. Makes sense for tight ends, huh? It was not Austin Hooper.
No.
89.
Troy Fumagalli.
Probably Alex Gray.
Oh!
Throwing the ball to Quadre.
Quadre Olison. Like I said, he's very deficient in the pass game. And this, yeah, and then Collinsworth's pointing that out as well. Yeah, he's not.
Even if he makes that catch,
even if he makes that catch,
down right there.
Yeah.
Carter's been flying around the ball, at least been visible.
Which is good.
Number 20, Jamal Carter, third round pro, or third year pro, I should say.
Ooh, 46 almost got there.
Another throw to Alex Gray. Targeting the big bodies in the red zone.
Well, they're on the field too.
Alex Gray's a second year pro, UDFA. Almost comes down with it.
Yeah, that was a Gray problem for sure. Giorgio Tavecchio, formerly of the Raiders, stepping up. Left-footed kicker.
Tavecchio hung around the Raiders for quite a while, huh?
Yeah, they always carried two. I always found that weird. One on the practice squad. It's like they're just training him to play for another team, right? And he did he? I don't even know if he replaced Seabass though.
He did for a little bit, but
A little bit, yeah. And then
because of injury.
I find it hard to believe that Matt Bryant lost his. Like Matt Bryant's not in the league. He'll show up somewhere.
He's actually been pro for 8 years, not 3. But Tavecchio's probably only played games in 3 seasons.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Tavecchio's started in San Francisco, then moved to Green Bay, then Detroit, then stayed with Oakland at least consistently from 2014 to 2018, and then joined Atlanta last year.
I knew about San Francisco. I didn't know the rest. Oh.
I think a lot of that was like came in through camp and left. I don't think he actually played any games. I can get down to the bottom of this. Luckily, not a lot of Giorgios throughout NFL history, surprisingly. Shout out to Camp Alindo High School in California where he played. But yeah, he's only played 2 regular seasons.
Yeah.
Oakland 2017 and Atlanta in 2018. So, going into the season so far, it looks like he's going to be the starting kicker.
Yeah, and that was Atlanta at the end of the season. Matt Bryant's been such a pro, though. Surprised that he'll pick up somewhere. Surprised Chicago hasn't given him a call.
Yeah. Yeah, currently not on any roster. It's interesting.
Yeah.
He's good enough to be on almost every roster. So Atlanta up after a slow start. 10 unanswered points.
33 is returning, it looks to be. Kalfani Muhammad.
Who has looked good. He's probably looked like the best running back all night out of the guys who've played.
Yeah. Surprised he's returning this one, though. I got to be real.
I am too, but like his good start might carve out a role for him. He's not exactly like a highly touted guy. It's his 3rd season in the league. He came in through Tennessee as a 7th round pick, and I don't remember him playing for Tennessee. At least not meaningful snaps.
I can't recall that either.
Yeah, it looks like he hasn't played a game. I don't even know if he's stuck around on Tennessee's roster those 2 years.
Hard to make the NFL. Locke is playing again.
Good progression by Locke. He looked a little panicked. Started thinking about taking off. At least he didn't drop the ball into his left arm there. Do you think he's dropping it into his left arm trying to protect it?
Yes.
Like I can't.
Yes. I don't think some of this stuff is as bad as you think, because you think there's times he'll just give up on the pass.
I don't know. I was pretty disappointed with those 2 plays back to back, dropping it into his left arm inside the pocket. Another run from David Williams.
He hasn't gone anywhere. They should be going north-south with him. He's heavy.
I don't remember David Williams from last season.
I do. Well, he didn't make the team. His 7th round pick who got cut.
Yeah. Still, I just don't have any recollection of
I feel
him.
like he didn't play in the regular season last year.
Yeah. Even thinking back to the preseason.
There's 101 at the bottom.
It's man all across.
Oh, brutal drop by 49. That would have been a big game.
Yeah.
He was looking upfield before it even came. That was David Williams again.
Yep.
It's going to be hard for him to make this team.
Yeah, especially, like, think about it. They just brought in Theo Riddick. And Theo Riddick is going to be dead. Like,
in his role as a north-south bruiser, I mean, I guess you have Royce Freeman. And if you cut him, bringing him back won't be a problem. No one else is going to...
You think.
Yeah.
But David Williams is at the bottom of this depth chart. Nothing wrong with that play.
Another uneventful punt, Aaron Wallace. Now let's see if we can't get Draymond Jones into the game. Be looking for
him. Muhammad showed better than Devontae Booker.
Well, Booker hasn't played, so we're talking Booker hasn't played in the preseason today. He's on the field in shorts, so I mean
Well, really, it's going to be a 1-2 punch between Lindsay and Freeman.
Yeah.
Like, you might sprinkle in 5% of the snaps to Kalfani or to Theo Riddick.
Yeah, Kalfani Muhammad. Theo Riddick's been in the game too long. So it'd be hard pressed to get snaps outside of those three, unless somebody is a special teams guy that managed to snake a few away.
A lot of these other guys aren't going to be playing special teams. They're just too small.
Yeah.
At least as some of these guys have a chance as returners, as you saw with Muhammad earlier.
Yeah, that might be his best chance.
But then again, it's hard to carry 4 running backs on your active roster.
On your active roster, yeah.
Or in your active game day roster, I should say. They also have Andy Janovich, too, fullback.
Yeah, Andy Janovich can play, man.
Yeah. And Janovich will play special teams as well, I'd have to guess. They also have George Aston, a college free agent fullback who's probably been playing tonight. First year UDFA. This will be the last year for Andy Janovich on his rookie contract. As well as Justin Simmons. Justin Simmons has been a player that I've been impressed with. He's a guy, he's not going to get major money unless he has a really terrific season, but for what he's
plays
getting
every
paid
snap.
right now.
What more do you want?
Yeah. He's getting paid $700,000 right now. He's going to be making a lot more next year, if I had to guess. I like this play.
They got a first out of it. Wow, this was like a weird screen with, like it was a smoke play. Like he just the banker realized that the corner was playing too far off of the wide receiver on his team, and he just threw it right away at him. He
punked him too. He actually gave him a stiff arm about 8 yards down the field and pushed him over.
But the read was the part that's impressive.
The read from Ben.
It's almost like a Madden type
Well,
play.
you just wonder why more guys don't do that. If corners are going to play 10 yards off the ball,
then that's like a run play. Wow, Brian Hill's got another good run here.
Yeah.
Whoa! Oh, he just lit up 35. I don't know what the flag is coming in here.
It's because the offensive player can't make helmet-to-helmet contact.
But he didn't. Oh, this is so lame.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
Unless there was some type of hold. Brian Hill's been excellent. He's got to the outside twice now, and he's looked good.
Well, no, those two runs. Everything else has been unimpressive.
Yeah. Yeah, he led with his
the helmet. That was rad, though. He messed that guy up.
DeMonte Thomas, the two guys we're going to keep messing up today.
He messed that guy up. That was rad. That was rad. I'm sorry. That was worth 15 yards for me. I like that.
That was a 15-yard penalty?
Yeah.
The helmet penalty?
Yeah.
So now is it 1st and 10? Just 15-yard back?
Yeah. No one on the field seems to care on the sideline, and they're
loving it.
They're loving it, especially Devonta Freeman. Now they're saying it should be a foul on the defense. The referee, the rules expert on the doing the commentary. So no one even knows the rules anymore. It's standard. Now it's 1st and 7. I'm confused.
Oh, so they tack it on to the end of the run.
They tack it on the end of the run.
So where the penalty occurred, they go back 15 yards and say it's 1st down.
That was a brutal play by Bankert. He jumped and threw it right at Elijah Holder on Denver. He knows he messed up. Can we swear on here? I don't even know.
I'd refrain from it, but if you swear, you swear.
Yeah. I caught myself. No, it's because 16 was so open cage.
That ball come out?
No. Kadri Olison rumbled. I don't know. He fell forward. Let's put it that way.
As far as I can tell, an interesting fact is Denver has 2 number 49s playing tonight. Elijah Holder and David Williams.
Tony Dungy is picking Jacksonville to go to the Super Bowl.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind.
He sounds like us last year. And to be fair, they didn't make too many changes and on the defensive side of the ball.
They should have gone to the Super Bowl 2 years ago. So.
They've made a huge upgrade from...
They're better than that team in theory.
Yeah.
We liked Jacksonville last year. That was a big failure in terms of handicapping and them as well. But I aside from some dumb mistakes, I like Kurt Benkert. I like these Broncos hats. Those are rowdy hats.
I forgot you're into high fashion.
Yeah. I was when I was handsome.
That was a long time ago.
That was like 7 years ago.
Was that 92?
No, I would have been 3. I was wearing sailor outfits like everyone else.
You'd be 3 in 1992?
Yeah, why?
Going young for the crowd.
Think about it. Yeah. It says actor portrayal right underneath it. Man, it's another type 2 diabetes commercial. I get it. I'm fat. I've already said I'm the fat guy. Do I need the big rye and the big fat guy? Like, definitely not an adjective.
It's pertinent to a lot of people watching the NFL.
This Indian guy owns a hotel. Way to go. Oh, now he's leading a soccer team. Unreal.
Where's that goalie standing?
Did she score? She scored. There's a goal.
You see where that goalie was standing? How many teams have you played on in your amateur career where the coach wore the same jersey as the players?
It's never happened.
But how could you tell it was your coach if you weren't wearing the same colors?
You could tell.
You could? You excited for Kyler Murray?
I think it's going to be interesting. We do these. I gamble on these drafts with some of my other friends, and we did quarterback ones, and I picked Kyler Murray, not high, but like 20th-ish. So I went a little bullish on him.
What was the draft for?
One was for passing yards. And
So you picked him 20th for passing yards?
Yeah, maybe 22nd.
Yeah.
Something like that. Just because the other options weren't that strong. And don't forget too, like the upside is huge because we don't know. Like his ceiling could be really high because he's in a vertically integrated offense. So, I mean, I could see it. We did one for fantasy points, and I picked him around the middle too. Just because I don't know, it's just tough. Like I'm not picking Joe Flacco over him. It's just not going to happen.
It gives you a good idea of where
Or
his
Ryan
range is.
Fitzpatrick. Like it's just not going to happen.
It's tough.
Not tough. Pretty simple. You go with the ceiling. Nice run, 33. This could. Oh. Kalfani Muhammad, I know I called him Gaddafi Muhammad earlier. He's having a good game. John Kaminsky is having the best game, and then him. Oh, Bailey 75 had a sweet pancake. Quinn Bailey. Can you think of a more Irish name than Quinn Bailey? This guy is huge.
Only if it was O'Quinn.
Yeah. 323 pounds, 6'6". Wow. It's like an athletic version of me. Look at this. What do you like? NASCAR is doing an advertisement and they're only showing crashes. What does that say about the demographic?
Smart.
Yeah. Dead air there, right? A little bit. Oh, geez. Here we go.
Is this like a plant commercial? Like, do they have sounds going on?
There's sound going on, but
what's the sound?
Feels like it's like a doorbell, like the NBC thing that's sped up like a doorbell. I think the stream failed here. Might have to do some adjustments here, Big Rye.
Stream's working fine.
Yeah, but they're the stream of the stream. Do you know what I mean?
I understand what you're saying. There's not much we can do. This is the feed.
There might be a different feed.
So there's more than just NBC playing this game?
But that person's... How do I put this without...
Without just swearing?
No. Somebody's... The feed of this is disconnecting. We're watching the feed of a feed.
Well, I'll pull up a different feed for you.
It just came back. It just came back. Look at that jacket Pat Boland's wearing. I think the Broncos are owned by Canadians. I always found that funny.
I didn't know that.
Pat Boland's from Edmonton.
Drew Lock still under center. He sure just chucked
Oh,
that.
he is from Colorado. I thought he was from Edmonton.
Elway in the booth.
It's cut out again. Oh, he was a lawyer in Alberta. That's weird. In Edmonton.
For oil?
Yeah, they worked in Alberta. So they are Americans, but they spent 42 years in Edmonton. It's usually the other way around. Always funny, at least. Seem they have a chance to be competitive this year. That's like saying we're not very good, but
It's honest.
yeah. Oh, yeah. 46 on the Falcons. Just shooting through an open A gap.
Phillips.
Boom. Delshon Phillips, one of the cooler names I've ever heard. Linebacker, UDFA. Why did I say 1st and 10? That was a blow-up.
That was 4th and 1.
Yikes.
It's interesting for him to say that they have a chance to be competitive, but they went out and signed Flacco to a big contract, or like took on a big contract by trading for him.
What choice do they have? There's, like he says, he said he's trying to replace Peyton. That was a great job by 50 too. Aaron Wallace, 7th round pick 4 years ago by Tennessee.
Did Pat pass away?
Yeah, Pat Bowlen passed away, and he's in the Hall of Fame too.
Quandary out there. Caught that one. They're really testing his versatility.
Are they?
I'd say so. They got him running routes. They throw 2 balls to him.
Yeah.
For a guy 230 pounds, it's not...
it's not known, yeah. It's not a thing.
It's pretty rare. But this is your hope. It looks like fourth quarter is going to be his time to show what he's got. He missed a block. He somehow got blown over by a safety.
Yeah. Well, the thing, when I read his scouting report, they talked about him being a good blocker, but then when I watched his tape, I just saw him missing blocks.
He squared the guy up, and then he tried to hold on to him, and then he fell over. It made no sense.
Well, part of it, too, though, is Locke went up in the pocket, though, and it changed the angle, which always sucks. But
still something you got to be...
Miller wearing a long sleeve. Miller could blow this game up.
That's... you got trigger happy there. Oh, he got injured.
Oh, Draymond Jones is on the field, by the way.
And who's Draymond Jones again?
Draymond Jones is the 3rd round rookie for the Broncos that I was excited about because he's a finesse player, not a power player. So he should have pass rushing moves. Problem is, though, this isn't really his time to play.
That was a strange injury. Non-contact. Hurt his big toe. Turf toe, as one might say.
A lot of work for the punters here. Jeez.
Nick Williams is back there again. I feel like they're just at the end of the bench, just essentially pushing anybody.
Next guy up. Next guy up. Oh.
Is this that Travago guy?
Might as well be.
Oh, real people.
Chevrolet is as good as every car guy.
This is that JD Power stuff. Love this stuff.
Oh, right on cue. It comes right up.
They're most dependent.
It's like they make a car where it's the only one in its class, and then they pay out. Hey, review this car. Well, it's the best one because it's the only one.
The best part about our stream right now is that we only get the the fine print. At the
Yeah,
bottom.
that's probably good for you guys.
This looks very bizarre.
Why, it's comedians, prop comics. Who doesn't like a prop comic?
They're right up there with magicians.
Bring the funny. Dick LeBeau was 64-01. He's still coaching now.
I like how they picked a picture of Vic Fangio looking confused.
All of them look
I
confused.
think that's the point, right?
Yeah, when you're old, isn't that what you do? You're just confused all the time?
I don't know. You guys can see it on the stream, but that Elway's got one hell of a bulge.
Elway is the most candid speaker I've ever heard in football.
Yeah?
This is like amazing, yeah.
Look at that fat guy. Look at that bulge.
It's a strong bulge. He's almost putting it out there. He knew we were streaming. That's why he did it. He knew.
That's healthy. He's a healthy guy.
All the folks out there, the girls at home watching us.
Mm-hmm. It's it'd be a shame if you look like a horse, but you didn't have the horse qualities.
Yeah, obviously. If he ain't packing heat, that's just false advertising.
Yeah. He'd be on the street. That's what happens when the heat isn't on.
That was a complete false start. Oh, Rippin's in now.
Is he?
Yeah.
So that's the end of Drew Lock's night, probably. Brett Rippin.
Wow, that was
into the
really
game.
callous of Al Michaels. He said it was the ghost of Rick Rippin. Really callous.
There's no way he said that.
He did say that. You can't hear it. Listen, I think Al Michaels is as callous of a guy as you do. Just a fervent foul mouth.
I wonder what kind of money he's
Alliteration
slaying on
aside.
this game.
What kind of what, sorry?
What kind of money he's slaying on this game.
Al Michaels is preseason, so he's doing preseason dollars. Just
I
5
don't know.
figures.
Yeah.
He hasn't chimed in that he hit the under yet.
There's still a lot of time left. What was the over-under? It's got to be in the 30s.
You-
33, 34.
Yeah. Shout out to Sports Insights for awesome lines.
Yeah, 34 and a half.
34 and a half, yeah. 16 was fighting for every yard. Oh, I finally figured out who Drew Lock looks like Tom Berenger. Big Rye's gonna hear it.
I got it. Tom Berenger.
Yeah. Look for a young one, obviously. Yes. Yes. No, that's too old. Yes, Drew Lock looks like Tom Berenger.
There you go, guys.
Yeah, we'll pull up Drew Lock for the comparison now.
This is what the fat guy wants you guys to see.
A nice photo. You can't even see the guy's face. Why would you pick that one? Can
Why?
you get a squared up one?
It's pretty damn close.
You can't even tell though. That's Tom Berenger. I don't know what he did. He took stem cells and he got like baby stuff to make him younger, and he became quarterback in the Broncos.
Tom Berenger has better lips.
Yeah, saltier, I'm sure too.
Why?
I like how you sell out on the gay joke.
He's an actor.
What an
Is he a
idiot.
casting director?
Yeah, his name's not Randy Callahan.
Who's that?
You don't know this? What happened in 1992 to Perry Caravello?
No. You're talking about Carrie?
No, Perry.
Oh, Perry.
Caravello. That's K-A-R. K is in
Are
car.
you talking about 7722 Reseda Boulevard?
Apartment 102? Yeah.
I heard of that guy before. He's the Randy Callahan guy?
Yes. He's the one who performed that unmentionable act on Randy.
Well, he had to get his SAG vouchers.
Yeah. Which equated to about $45. I figure if you offer him 90, you could get the same thing now. I mean,
Projected wins
right?
by Sunday Night Football here. 8.1 for the Falcons, 7.3 for the Broncos.
That's interesting.
Saints at 10.1, Patriots at 10.8. Those are the favorites of the conference. It's pretty. That's pretty conservative for projections.
Yeah. Well, ours aren't that far off that.
10.8, 10.1 is pretty like for the top two teams. Essentially, is what they said. Is pretty low, no matter what the standards.
Oh.
Big time play by 53. Deneen, looks like. Oh, so Bankert heard it the play before.
Yeah, and he's supposed to play the whole game. Oh, he jammed his toe. Big deal.
We'll see. Is he out now? Is Schaub in?
He's out.
Yeah, precautionary.
All right, so let's take a look for 93, Draymond Jones. I don't know if I see him out there.
No.
These guys look heavy. Holy, do they look heavy.
They brought the pressure. It's Schaub that's in, right? Schaub's the only guy active.
Yeah, Sean's the only other guy that dressed. I don't know. They'll get Mohamed Sanu to put the pads back on.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or maybe they'll get one of the Broncos quarterbacks to play. What's the difference?
Actually, I know who could play. Kaminsky.
Yeah, Kaminsky could play. That actually might happen. That's funny. Is that 93? D-tackle 2 position?
Yeah.
And he got there. I knew it. I'm telling you, this guy's going to be good.
That center guard just like stared at him though.
Was he so... Yeah, the guy's got quick
faster.
feet, man.
Well, he made a difference on that play.
Well, this is when I wrote in my write-up. Here, let's see here. I'll read it out. Don't want to have any dead air. So, Draymond Jones. Played a big school, OSU, and it's not OSU, Ohio State. Anyways, and often alongside or in place of Nick Bosa, more of a defensive tackle than a defensive end, but it's puzzling considering his extremely thin frame for the position, 6'3", 281. Most obvious observation to glean from scouting reports is that he may be an interior pass rushing specialist on third down and is a liability in the run game. He has plenty of moves, except predictably for the bull rush. except predictably the bull rush, and his excellent pursuit of the quarterback with very quick feet and anticipation.
That play they actually called was specifically designed for him to get there.
Yeah.
That stunt.
Further reinforcing the lack of strength narrative, he curiously did not participate in the bench press at the combine. All the negative information on Jones pertains to run stopping, and little criticism has been made of his pass rushing ability. Scouts also are very skeptical as to whether his frame will be able to handle bulking up. This is another very intriguing prospect to look out for. His ceiling is that of a three down player after bulking up over time and retaining his quickness and hand fighting speed. His basement is that of a situational pass rusher in third down situations when and if the Broncos have the lead. I personally like this selection as in those scenarios he will be able to get one-on-one matchups and potentially wreak havoc with Miller and Chubb attacking off the wings. I also like that he has a variety of finesse and speed moves with strong hand fighting, as I feel NFL linemen are built to handle the bull rush more so in the interior. From the limited film I watched, he has the ability to beat his run blocker or chase down running backs on the backside if their path isn't clear, so it would be best just to run right at him. I think it's fair to say.
They do have a lot of big bodies that can fill in to fill out other D
Yeah,
tackle.
I think on 3rd and 13, he's gonna get there. Because don't forget, it's gonna be him, Chubb, and Miller, and one other guy, probably Derek Wolfe.
Well, that's when Seattle had their most success, is when they had that
with Averill and Bennett. Yeah.
And able to move Bennett inside.
You need one heavy guy to collapse, though. Yeah, he's getting stunts and stuff. The thing is, though, if they go wide and they spread the O-line, I've seen him some of his rips and shred moves are so good.
Some flattering pictures of Dick Ebersol.
This ugly ghoul. I don't want to say why he looks that way, but
he's good at saving money.
Yeah. He sure lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, he's looking thin. Al Michaels giving him a rub down.
Yeah.
Well, for some reason they decided to go right back up the middle with the same play.
What are they doing?
Probably running out the clock to get this game over with.
Yeah, this is brutal.
I'm down. I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
Ebersol, not nearly the same type of package as Elway.
No. I don't know. He might be leaning to the right. The Broncos are just mailing it in. It's like they only want to be on defense. They might have a better chance of scoring on defense, though, oddly enough. I'd like to take a look at Rippon here, but
I'm sure he'll get his chances.
nice job. This is brutal. They're not even trying to score. Dick Ebersol's pretty well spoken too.
What's he talking about?
Just broadcasting, because he brought Sunday Night Football. He made it a thing.
Well, you can kind of see why they didn't throw the ball earlier.
Why have him on the roster then?
Well, it's like you said, there's just not enough good
No one can
quarterbacks.
throw? Come on. This should be a flag. 33 round of bounds.
It's Muhammad. Good block.
Oh, that was a nice block. 50 got lit up.
Well, he did the best job to like get in front of him and just impede him. It's an interesting thing they decided to do there.
He's talking about how the bus talk to each other when no one's in the room. Yeah. DeMontre Jones is on. Draymond, I can't get it right.
And that's Quandre Ellison with the carry. It looked like he was going to bounce it out and quickly decided, nope, I'm going straight north-south after this cut. It's probably better for his skill set.
I would think so. Look at Draymond. Oh my goodness! I told you.
Play.
Told you. Oh.
I want to see that one again.
Oh.
He looked unblocked.
He wasn't. He did it. He has these quick hand moves. What a play, man. Sorry, I just love. It's like Aaron Donald type stuff. Aaron Donald has a total package. Of this guy's got three things he's good at, but they're unique.
I guess we're not getting a replay of that.
No. He did it again. He did it again. And he got the hit.
And the interception. What a play. 2 in a row and you called it.
What's that?
I said 2 in a row and you called it at the start of the stream.
Woo!
And like you said, they probably have a better chance of scoring on defense than on offense, and he caught it.
Hey, it's just because this guy, and this is the other funny part too. I was reading draft grades,
yeah,
and they said that he was the worst pick that they made.
Yeah,
because they were like, how is he going to play 3 downs? They don't want him to play 3 downs. What do they care? 3rd and 12, you put that guy on, you're going to get a sack because there's 3 guys that are going to penetrate. Because to me then, if you double team him, You're going to leave Chubb and Miller unattended. Good luck with that. If your plan in the NFL is to leave Bradley Chubb and Von Miller in one-on-one situations, you will be on the ground. It is a guarantee.
So in his role, what would you rate Draymond Jones as? Right now we have him as a 67. Just
86 probably. Because it's one thing that he can do. That's the problem, right?
Yeah. I'm not rating him 86.
Well, it's
as a rookie.
yeah, I guess, but
How much better is he than every other rookie?
He's not. It's because we're looking at this as a whole. Like, what do you do, right? What do you do? If you put him as a whole, he's a 67 because he realistically, if you have him on the field and you're the other team, you could do hurry up and run right at him, and you're going to do well. You're going to do well. So it's just limited in scope because he's too light. He's not. How many pounds heavier is he than Bradley Chubb? 20. I just everything I watched against good teams too, because I watched game footage. He was beating them so badly on the inside, and the other thing too is even when he didn't get the sack, he was funneling them into the other guys. So he got a pressure on every play.
He's only 4 pounds lighter than Derek Wolfe.
It's the power, man. He doesn't have power. And Wolf's heavier than that. Wolf's 300 pounds, even though it says he isn't. That was rad, man. It's nice to have that prediction come true.
Well, more importantly, where would you rate him going forward? 86 is like you're insane.
No, but it's not. It's you. That's what his rating is. If you had to play him, maybe set.
If he's playing 30% of the snaps. Like, if he's playing every down, what would you rate him?
Probably 67, maybe 70.
Well,
he's below average.
We've seen him only play a few snaps, and he's made.
Yeah, we saw him play the snaps in good situations, right? It's a situational player. This is another problem that I thought about last night when I thought about him, because I thought about this exact scenario that came up. Because he's the guy I watched the most of on YouTube.
Well, you get it. Like, with receiving backs, you get it. Like, guys are only going to play certain stuff. Like a guy like James White, who's really good at what he does. He can't play every down.
James White's the best receiving back maybe in the league.
So where do we rate James White? He's like an 80?
Yeah. Well, we got to figure this out. Look at this move, man.
Ooh. The first one. But he put the pressure there.
He caused the interception, man.
Yeah. On a pro with Matt Schaub. I've got a number in my head.
78?
We'll split the difference. I had 74. So
I still think that we have to rethink how we do some of this stuff, though.
No, because we take into consideration playing time.
Yeah, but if this guy played,
he's an unproven rookie.
If this guy played 10% of the, if he only played those snaps, he's going to be in the 80s. If he only played those snaps, I just don't know what coaching is going to prevail with.
What's the most likely?
I don't know. I really don't.
The most likely is he probably plays 10 snaps a game, and he might make a difference on 2 of them.
Yeah, maybe more though.
He's gonna lose probably on.
Here's a difference though.
3 or 4.
A lot of his playing time is game script. If the Broncos are getting smoked, he's not getting on the field. The Broncos have to be winning.
Yeah.
Right? And the Broncos, not only that, it has to be a 3rd and 10 situation. Because if it's 3rd and 4, you just do a power eye right in his face, and you're gonna get 6 yards. That was the thing when you watched all of his tape. They would get barreled over.
Well, he's an early 3rd round pick. Like, what's the ceiling on a 3rd round pick?
Well, I wrote what the ceiling is. That was awesome.
But for us rating players, what's the ceiling on a 3rd round pick? Like, even if a guy shows well in the preseason, like he's playing
72
against background tackles.
72.
So,
you have to be below average. I mean,
my number in my head was 74.
But it's an argument over what, like, this is the part where it's so difficult. Is because I don't know. He touched the ball. So are we getting an argument over if you were to rate Draymond Jones, third round pick of the Broncos, who's had 3 tackles, 2 quarterback hurries, and a sack, what would he be rated? And my argument is it would be high because he would only be used situationally. But then Big Rye makes the argument that if he wasn't situational, that he'd be low rated because he's poor in the run game, which I would agree with. So we're in this tough debate here. So and you can't really give a rookie the benefit of the doubt, which is totally fair. For me, it popped off the screen if you only used him in those third and long situations.
Here's an interesting way to look at it, because we've just brought salary into these conversations. Is an early third round pick gets paid just over $1 million. Those guys usually rate around like the 70, 71 range. Yeah. So having him at 72 puts him on the high end of kind of what's expected.
That's reasonable then. This was an awesome play. Kalfani Muhammad's had a good game too. So the 3 standout players, and I called 2 of them, which I'm very happy about, are John Kaminsky, Draymond Jones, and Kalfani Muhammad, who I did not expect this from.
So right now we have Kaminsky rated as a 66. Are you happy with that?
We have to adjust going forward. I mean, he just had a good game. Effort level is high. Let's put it that way. We'll see if his role expands going forward. That's a more important thing. If coaches can trust him, then you get a higher rating.
To me, 68. We bump him up a little bit. Oh, Muhammad.
I'm jazzed. I'm really jazzed that I was right.
Kalfani Muhammad. We got him rated as a 60 right now. He's going to get
65.
Nice.
65. He's going way too high. It's pretty standard what he's done today.
How about what are other guys that stood out to you? Good or bad?
No one really. I mean, Zacchaeus. I'm gonna fix that one.
Broncos are making a game out of it here. They're on the 11, first and 10.
My pick was the Broncos, so I hope they get it. I'd like to be right again. I'm going to lose the game.
Trinity Benson almost makes the catch over top in the end zone.
That guy might be good.
Trinity Benson?
Yeah, he's the best UDFA they have in theory. Like he was supposed to get drafted over in most scouts' minds over Juwan Winfrey.
That was a really good play by 53.
Where's Noah Fant?
Grace. You want to bring him down, probably?
Yeah.
Yeah, 72 is high. It's tough for any first-round tight end, even as a 20th pick.
He didn't look that.
Yeah, the holding penalty as well.
Wow, he just shed.
Quandre Olsen.
Yeah, let's see. It was fine, like indifferent and changed. Nothing was glaringly bad or good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably fine.
Yeah.
David Williams was worse, actually.
Yep.
David
it
Williams
really gets interesting when you start looking at like teams positionally.
Yeah, he can't get worse than that. You have 3 timeouts? Go for it here. I would go for it.
They will most likely go for it just because they don't want this game going to overtime. If they kick
a bit of a barn burner here.
It would be so funny.
Yeah, this would be funny.
Preseason games should be able to tie.
Yeah, actually should be. They could in hockey, remember? Can they still tie in hockey?
Not anymore, but for
Years.
most of hockey's history, you could tie. Fourth and 4. What do they draw up here? Shotgun.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pass to Muhammad.
Shit, that's what I was just going to say that.
Or 89 is going to go.
Oh, they got time. You got time. Yeah!
And he makes it. 16. There's a flag on the play. For now, Kelvin McKnight has scored the go-ahead touchdown. Holding on the offense. He's going to bring this back.
You're going to have to kick a field goal now.
Number 63, Ryan Crozier. First round UDFA. Or sorry.
You're not going for
year.
4th and 13, are we? Just
They
kick the
kinda
field
have
goal.
to.
No, you don't.
They don't want this game to tie.
Atlanta's calling timeout, so they do. 34 is lurking. It was good to look him off. He was down at the half-yard line.
He looked good to me.
That was a tiny hold. They're going for 4th and 14.
Yeah.
My cover is getting killed here. No way. Yeah! Yeah!
Winfrey with the catch. I don't know why. It looks like Neal, 40.
Keanu Neal?
He must have just lost track of the ball.
That was a brutal play for Broncos to score on. Oh, we're going to cover.
Juwan Winfrey.
I don't know. That was just pretty.
Oh.
That was fortuitous.
That was. Did you see Neal? Like, he looked up. Watch, he looks up at the ball.
Why is he trying to catch the
and then
ball?
he
That's
looks
first
over
of all.
at the guy. Like, I don't know what he was thinking there. I guess he's thinking I could tackle this guy now that the ball's been. But you kind of got to play. In that situation, you want to play the ball.
I'm not giving Winfrey all the credit on that. That was pretty easy. Not easy, but it was like not.
He tracked it and made the catch.
Yeah, he did what was needed.
It was weird that the other guy didn't. Hell yeah, brother.
Rippin'. Greg, don't call me Rick Rippin'.
Look at the cheerleaders. Don't care. At least the best play of the game was saved for the very end, huh? Look at, he can't believe it. Well, they got a gunslinger for the future. Flacco looks worried.
Yeah, he does actually. And then there's like, this is my team. My team. They gave Rippin more rain than they gave Drew Lock, which was interesting. Oh, McManus will punt. This should go all the way. Why did he kick it short? Someone must have told him to.
They're not in Denver.
Still weird. Uh-oh. Nice tackle, 35.
Thomas.
Who returned that? Delshon Phillips or Tony Brooks? Tony Brooks James. There's two guys with number 46.
Is there?
Yeah, that.
Probably, if I had to guess, Tony Brooks James. Delshon Phillips is a linebacker.
Yeah, but like, well, I think two guys are wearing the number 46.
I believe you. There was 249s on Denver.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I thought it was a mistake on our end, but I don't think it is.
Well, they have 90.
Oh, here we go. All right, so let's look, guys. Let's see if 93 is on.
Nope.
He's not on, but he should be at some juncture.
They blow this down.
Yeah. Yeah, Delshon or Jeff Holland is on there.
False start. on Alex Gray. Oh, this has turned into a surprisingly entertaining game.
Yeah, this was brutal before. They might have. Draymond Jones might be done for the day because they saw what they wanted.
Yeah, it could be. Blake's made a few plays tonight. He's been sure-handed as far as I can remember.
Christian Blake, yeah.
Yeah.
False start. Nice Cuban chain by Julio. Always like those.
He's growing his hair back out.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't.
You hope he does not?
No, it's dumb.
Why?
Your hair pulled, man.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest thing you can do. Giving the defender a handle.
His hair's still pretty short. You're not grabbing that.
I don't know, man. It's all braided up. You don't know how it's coming down there. Oh, it's Jason Taylor, eh?
Another super hunk.
Yeah.
Oh, running back. You don't see that very often.
No.
40 number. Is that
41, I think.
it's probably Tony Brooks James. 46, is it? Yeah.
It went from like almost exciting to just brutal last.
Well, this is what penalties do, right? This is why, like, having... Is it automatically challenged in the last 2 minutes? It's got to be.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. Throws a strike.
3rd and 13. Get 93 in there for this snap.
There he is.
Here we go. Here we go. Dre, watch 93.
Yeah.
Told you. All you have to do is you put him in that one thing. He does it every time.
Yeah. I didn't get to see who he's going up against, but that's the more interesting part. 64. This is... Who is 64 in Atlanta? Sean Harlow. Who we have is... He's a 4th round pick, but not a good one.
How's he in there?
Yeah, same spot again. They double team him.
Hey, still getting through! Still getting through!
Yeah, but they did enough.
Yeah.
Well, that one in the game. Zacchaeus almost made the catch there.
Yeah. That was great.
I actually kind of want to see this.
Yeah. That was
a really good catch. It was actually a really good job by 39. I don't think he meant to do that, but he carried his foot by kicking his leg underneath.
Draymond Jones can be beat with a double team pretty easy. Like, he's not gonna. But like, my whole point is, if you have the other guy on there, you're in deep shit. You're in deep shit. Oh, jazzed. All right, to the to the 2 streamers, thank you. Our followers. That guy nailed everything. Perfect. We'll start with a 1-0. So Broncos cover in the most unlikely of fashion, but I'll take some run good. And Matt Schaub's hairline has seen better days, along with Atlanta's day today.
Thanks for joining us, guys. You guys have a good night.
Thank you.